What's going on? It's Jason Heath, and today we are taking a new look at a classic work played on the double bass. The Eccles Sonata was my first solo piece. I was muscling out that tenor clef like a champ back in 8th grade. I think a lot of people started on this piece. I think a lot of people have some PTSD from working on this piece maybe a little too early. And I've actually resisted teaching this piece over the last few years. But this new edition of the Eccles Sonata by Andrew Cohn has really got me thinking about the piece, and it's gotten me back into the piece. We have this for sale in our sheet music store. We'll link up to that here. And this edition is based on the original edition housed in the Library of Congress. And he makes a few additions and changes that he documents extensively in the notes at the back of this piece. Okay, let's dive into this Eccles edition from Andrew Cohn. I'm not doing repeats in this, and I'll probably just let it rip because it's a little on the long side, even with all the repeats taken out. So here we go, beginning of the first movement. I was getting into the close-ups as I was filming this. Okay, all this is still pretty standard in terms of what you do with this. No real deviations from the international version. And now normally I would do the repeat, do it softer. We're just going to go right into the B flat major. That I think so many of us learned early in life, and these days I rarely teach this until later. This is different, I think. I think the international has a triplet right there. But anyway, I've practiced this enough that I'm kind of used to this version. So I do that with slurs sometimes. I slur these two just with a bowing. Try to give it some expression, but not be too schmaltzy with the slurs and that sort of thing. I would usually take a little bit more time with a human accompanist. Here we go. Second. Okay, so I'm used to playing D on that pickup, but now I'm used to hearing the G. From practicing this. Oh, pitch, Jason, come on. That's what I say in all these videos. My tendency is to rush. You can hear me just hanging on. Cheesy grin. I'm not used to doing this chord, but I like that. I should probably play it in tune, but I'm playing on these Parastro perpetual strings, and this was like day 1 or 2 of having them on the bass. So they're a little bit responding not the way I'm used to. I like them. You know, I always think I'm sick of this piece and I never want to play it again. And then I pull it out for some project or another, and I have fun with it again. C sharp there. Jason, come on. Should be C natural. My bad. Okay, now, maybe my favorite movement, or this is the last movement. If I had to pick 2, I would play probably 3 and 4 in any given concert. I would also probably go a little bit slower. I think I just programmed the harpsichord in, that tempo, and let it rip. Trying to connect these large intervals in a graceful way is always a little bit of a challenge for me. I usually echo. I didn't there, but then I usually come up a little more. Again, trying to balance doing some vibrato with my dog is tearing apart this toy, and I'm worried he's going to swallow it. My poor lemur music gift. He's now lost his nose from the dog. Oh. There I do an echo. And then I love this little restatement here. I usually take a little bit more time again when I'm not doing computer recording. Now, by far the most technically demanding movement. Here we go. Different slurs than what I learned originally, but I love it. I love this section. It reminds me of Volby for sure. Now I love these slurs. They sit really well. I
just a rush. Normally I would do the repeat, but I just keep trucking. Then I like to come back. Cheesy grin. This is a fun sequence. Oh, rushing. Careful, Jason. I got it. Yeah. That's my tendency. Cool addition. It's fun to revisit this piece.
Thank you so much for checking this out. We have this and over 100 other titles available in our sheet music store, and we're putting out videos on a regular basis about these pieces. I will link up to one of these pieces that I think you'd really love checking out. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.